Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. Today I want to do two things. Address some issues with regards to the royals, the non-royals, and obviously yesterday's video. Or rather explain the goal, the hidden messages, if you will. But first let's run through some short news items. So Eugenie's little girl is or was born on the 3rd, the day before Meghan's birthday, and Eugenie and Jack decided to announce the birth on the 4th on Meghan's birthday. So kudos to them. Payback perhaps for her announcing her pregnancy at their wedding. Now listen, my friends, I told you ages ago that the friendship between the Harkles and Eugenie and Jack came to a screeching halt ages ago. I don't think so much between the Harkles and Jack, but definitely between the Harkles and Eugenie. And all these stories about them visiting Eugenie and Jack in Portugal is likely a load of trash. I don't know about this time, but I do know that when they were in Portugal in 2023 after Invictus, Eugenie and her children were in London and Jack was on a business trip. Now all this Eugenie was a holy moly stories were also just that. I mean, what could she tell them? She did not then, nor later, nor now, have any free access to any palace, business, or office. Not at Kensington Palace, nor at Buckingham Palace. Her father does not even have his office at Buckingham Palace anymore, and hasn't had his office at Buckingham Palace for years now. She is completely clueless about monarchy business. All she has is what we all have, family gossip. Now that does not necessarily mean that I particularly like Eugenie. I'm just being fair. But anyway, I digress. It does appear that the new baby got a tad more attention than Meghan's birthday. So good. I mean, that indeed pleases me. Then Meghan's birthday. I found the photographs she posted of herself jumping into a pool with a bunch of balloons. Totally ridiculous, childish, and pathetic. But I'm not going to make a half-an-hour video about it, analyzing the pictures or the behavior, etc., etc. I do not think it is in any way newsworthy. She may have severe mental health issues, but she is still alive and breathing. Well, I'm not going to add human, but she is an living, moving, breathing entity. So, I mean, she can walk, talk, and jump where she wants, when she wants to, as long as she's not a danger to herself or anyone else. Who cares what she does? And talking about photographs, it has now come out that Meghan lifted the photograph she posted on Instagram about the Scottish lake from the internet. It was originally taken and posted by a man by the name of Kevin Lewis. So in just 1 week, she steals a quote from Cheryl, the life coach. She steals a photograph from our man Kevin here. So what else did she take and pretend to be hers? Seriously, this woman needs a reality check in a mental institution for quite a number of years. And if you think I'm joking because I'm giggling, No, I'm not. I'm being totally serious. I mean, no matter what, whether she and her husband are both Looney Tunes, I think in the crazy world and regardless of their narcissism, they have both been and likely still are under a tremendous amount of stress. And we all know that at some point there must be a break. Something must and will give in, and usually that is when tragedy happens. And I must say that judging from photographs we have all seen over the past few months, Harry indeed is looking much, much better. But Meghan is looking worse and worse and acting more desperate and more erratic than ever before. And that is just a little bit scary in my opinion, particularly in light of what we saw yesterday with Perez Hilton. Now, I have to make a bit of a confession here. Perez Hilton has been one of my, let's call it, guilty pleasures for a very long time. I still remember when he brought his babies home and had his mother on his flogs. Okay, now I did not slavishly watch him, but often enough to know a bit about him and his family. Now, he was very sick this year. First sepsis from an untreated ulcer and then a blood clot. When he returned, he did appear a little manic, but I did not make much of it. I mean, we all go through stuff and phases sometimes, even as adults. So to see and hear what happened yesterday, the way out behavior and self-harm was indeed just, well, shocking. And in my opinion, extremely sad. It is almost incomprehensible that things can actually go that far. But it does. And it happens more and more. There was, I mean, just one example, there was another mass shooting in Twin Falls just a day or two ago. A 24-year-old man called Chad Williams opened fire and rained bullets over people at an In-N-Out outlet and then shot himself. The reason for his actions are still unknown. People are breaking, it is the only appropriate word I can think of. They are breaking left, right, and center. And the problem is that when someone who already has mental health issues succumb to the stressors of life, it can indeed turn very nasty and they can become a danger to others or themselves. Now, a long, long time ago, I did a video about the aging narcissist, and I repeated the effort not too long ago. And what concerns me, a trend I also picked up on in yesterday's experimental video, is that people see erratic behavior. They see and they hear someone like Harry talk about drug abuse. And then they all go, oh, terrible, and then nothing. Ha, 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 funny, or ha, 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 what an idiot. Until something happens, then everybody turns into prophets with words like, oh, I saw this coming a mile off. Okay, so if you saw it coming, then why did you not do something or say something? So as far as I'm concerned, why should we pay attention to Meghan Markle jumping into a pool with a bunch of balloons at the age of 45? I mean, let her jump. What we should pay attention to is things like whether Harry is in the United States legally or illegally. There would have been some ruling by the court and some release of certain documents at the end of July, but today is the 1st of August and still not a word. Now that is the kind of thing we need to pay attention to. This one rule for thee and another for me is not working for anyone anymore. It doesn't matter whether you live in the United States or the United Kingdom or Germany or France or Italy or South Africa. It does not matter. It's not working anymore. Now, guys, with that said, I will indeed be back with an analysis and explanation of yesterday's video a little later or early-ish tomorrow. I wanted to add it to this video, but I've decided against it because I'm running out of time. I've got a few other things coming up today. So until then, please take good care of yourselves, stay hyper vigilant, and stay safe. Why? Because I care about you and I love you. Bye.